Hello and welcome. Something a little different today. I'm going to be looking at the leaked version of Windows 11. That's what I want to call it. It's pretty much Windows 10. I'm just going to go through the install process here and any major changes that have occurred that might be of interest. Not the most interesting of videos, I suppose, but I like to have a play with these when they pop up just for a little bit of fun. So without further ado, let's get on with it, shall we? First up, there is a slight change in the requirements for Windows 11. It now requires 4GB of RAM and a TPM version 2 module, otherwise it won't install. You'll get a message such as the following. So if you have a TPM module version 2, either on CPU or the actual module, enable it, and then you should be able to install just like you would with Windows 10. Exactly the same interface we've had since Windows 7, so nothing too special here. Just make your partitions, press go, and go make a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or something, and come back in a few minutes. It took about 3 minutes to install from USB 2 stick, so around about the same speed as before. And this is where things start to get a little different. You get the same setup on the first boot, but the setup menu is now changed to be more modern, let's say. It's much more user friendly, much more animated, and would be much more suitable to smaller screens. You get a very Mac feel about it, but it's far more user friendly, I think, and this is a good improvement. Same menus as before, nothing different here. So you get the same privacy menu stuff, the keyboard selection, date and time, all that kind of stuff. It's all here, so no difference. It's just a new layout. Once completed with this, you boot straight into Windows 10. 11. Straight away, you see that the start menu pops up and everything is centered and looks a little different, but there's some familiar things going on here. Drivers start to install once you connect to the internet, which I will do now, but straight away you can see that the layout is a little bit different. As soon as you connect to the internet, it would do its updates, grab some drivers. For some reason it sent me to US time, but whatever. And it would just do what Windows 10 does, install drivers, and it's set up on this AMD machine, no problem at all. It's using the 4750G, no issues whatsoever. Second, the graphical drivers installed though, our first bug occurred. Now I tried reinstalling graphical drivers and stuff, and the second it installs, for whatever reason, it goes a bit weird. As you can see, the menu's still centered and everything, but the transparency is broken. So you get this very Mac OS kind of feel, which isn't intentional. You can just about see a line at the top of the bar is supposed to be there. But I can't see this being an issue really. Some people might actually want this as a feature. You enable, let's say, auto hide, and you get a very Mac experience. Don't know if that's intentional. I thought it was intentional to begin with, and I thought, oh dear, what's happened? But yeah, you know what? It's grown on me a little bit. It's kind of nice. I can see that appealing to some people. On reboot, though, it does fix itself. Well, it's a new OS, so let's have a look at the themes, shall we? Let's see what we got in store. There's some nice ones looking here, but looks things. So we got Windows Light, Windows Dark. What's that look like? Ugh. Oh, that's alright, I suppose. I always found the dark theme on Windows a bit too dark. Purple. We like purple. It's quite nice. Captured motion. Ugh. These make me feel... they're so... Ugh, it feels a bit Windows XP. That red colour. A bit past it. Oh, that's quite nice. Okay, so apart from the garish red, the default themes are actually quite nice. I'm going to stick with a nice dark glow. Well, now we have our theme selected. Let's have a look around then, shall we? Okay, so we've got some new icons. They look okay individually, but together that just looks like a rainbow mess. A little inconsistent, but yeah, okay, I can see where they're going with that. It's feels very Linux. In terms of animations, they've got this very Mac OS kind of feel, very bubbly as in pop up, pop down, very slow. So I don't know, people like that, lots of sliding animations going on, zoomy kind of things. It's kind of nice, but I can see those getting annoying when you're so used to like Windows 10 where it's very much instant. There's a lot of zooming in kind of animation, scrolling down. I mean, I'm not a fan of it, but it looks nice, very presentable. But I think that will get old very fast. But like in the settings menu, you've still got instant changes, so that's nice, the fact it hasn't propagated everywhere. The one thing I do like about the changes is pop-up menus and various things have this very deep shadow, which give it a bit of depth to the interface, which I found quite nice and helped focus eyes occasionally, so that was quite a nice improvement. Okay, so how about the blaring obvious, which is the new start menu? It's okay. It's all about these pinned apps, so if you want to pin something, you have to right click it and pin it. It's clearly not finished, but you've got the all apps menu as before, which is the long list that's an absolute mess. Of course, you've got your classic Windows 10 style applications like that, but the menu, it's okay. It's got your standard search, which works quite well. Pretty much the same as what it was before, so I feel as though you're going to be doing a lot of searching in the start menu, which is a bit unfortunate, so I don't feel as though this is a step forward, more of a step back, but you might disagree. It looks quite nice, but overall I think it's not ideal. Classic Shell, interestingly, can't be installed at the moment, though I'm sure they'll fix that. Sorry, OpenShell. So we're kind of stuck with this for the time being. You can navigate via the arrow keys on your keyboard, so you can shut down the machine having no screen plugged in, which is always useful. So it seems okay. It could just do with some more work. This is where I start running into trouble. I tried to run Sea of Kings and it is a no-go. For whatever reason, anything involving the Xbox 360 controller just dies. Don't know why. And that's weird. Performance wise, we seem to be on par with Windows 10. Here's 3D Mark running the Wildlife benchmark, and games that require mouse and keyboard are absolutely fine, such as here Alien Isolation, no issues at all. It's just anything involving the 360 controller, it seems completely and utterly bugged. It will disconnect, reconnect constantly. Don't know why it's doing that, but it's a bit of a weird issue. But general software such as the stuff that runs in the PC Mark 10 benchmark, no problems at all. I ran this benchmark multiple times, no crashes, no issues. So it just seems to be gaming that has a minor issue at the moment, which isn't a surprise. It is a development operating system. And one final feature I want to cover is this widget menu. It doesn't quite work. There doesn't seem to be any way to add new ones, but once again, very Apple-esque or Android-esque. It's just a place to dump information. I much prefer the old gadget approach, if I'm honest, where you dump on the desktop so it's always visible, but I suppose if you've got a lot of things open, you just press that and you can see what you want to see. So it is all the junk that used to be in the start menu, I suppose. They've just moved it elsewhere, which I'm glad about, because it had no place in the start menu. So that's good. Well, I think credit where credit is due. I think this version of Windows is actually pretty good so far. I'm actually quite happy with it. I do like it. The animations I'm not massively keen on. And the start menu, better than what Windows 10 was. I'm glad they've dumped it all in the widget menu. But the all apps menu and stuff needs to be solved. I'll be installing Classic Shell or OpenShell again on this once it works. And I think that's it really. There are of course many other things to dig into in this build, but it's a leak build, so it's not really worth digging into because these things will change. Any questions, of course, leave them below. I'll try and answer them or give you the best information I can give you. But until next time, thank you for watching. Like, dislike, subscribe, all that nonsense. And that's it really. So thanks for watching and goodbye.